Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Ghost Trick. Another day, another dead guy. Let's go find out what happened to Sergeant Pepper while we were away. Hopefully nothing too difficult. Minister's office. Death by paperwork, I'd imagine. Looks like he has an exciting life. For you, Emma! Oh, is that his wife? I wonder. Oh, excuse me. But we'll have to trace this call. Nothing too interesting in his room either, just this bottle of pills, the stack of papers, this flag. I'll do as you say. This conversation taking up a lot of the time in the scene. Seems like it'll probably be important. This is terrible. Second phone call. Wow. We're gonna have options today. Is it the chicken kitchen again? Everybody seems to need a constant supply in this one. Why doesn't she answer? Man, for an abusive relationship with his wife, he sure does want to talk to her all the time. Doing the panic dance. It's catching on. Uh-oh. Oh no, a heart attack. Seriously, this guy died of natural causes and we have to fix it? And I have to say, for a lighthearted game such as this one, this is a surprisingly realistic depiction of a heart attack, all things considered, and you have to watch it every time you restart. It's actually pretty jarring. It's one of many reasons why this is probably my least favorite chapter in the entire game. So he doesn't get his pills, he doesn't get his water, spills the water, and goes into a rictus and passes away. Gee, not a lot of help. Down he goes. We didn't really get a lot of hints there. Such a foolish man. Oh, you woke up? He's a contradiction. Contradiction. The more we search for the truth, the further into a dilemma we fall. The world of men is steeped in contradictions. If we choose this, we can't have that. If a man tries to have his medicine bottle and his water pitcher too, he loses both. Oh, I don't know. To me, it looks like he could have had both of those things just now. He didn't know the truth about the world. That's why he died. Such a foolish man. Or maybe I should say a pathetic man. That's the more fitting word. Geez, he's not quite as cheery as everybody else is when they die. The foolish and pathetic man is him. Is that what they call a contradiction? By the way, what's your name? Just call me a seeker of truth. Sidestepped that one, didn't he? We never do learn his name, I don't think. Anyway, back we go. So in case it wasn't obvious from the dialogue, this guy is even less helpful than Jowd. We're only about halfway through the game, and I would imagine at this rate, by the end, people will be communicating with us entirely in Justin Bieber lyrics or something equally useful. Emma! Well, let's find out what that phone call was all about. We're wasting no time here. Oh, it's the woman from the chicken kitchen. Forgive me for calling so late, Mr. Minister. Who is this? How'd you get this number? We have your daughter. Oh no. Who is this, Emily's tutor? Isn't his daughter in bed tonight? Would a tutor call you at this hour? No. I'll say it one more time. We have your daughter. What? At least why we now know why he was so panicked. My daughter, is she alright? Tell me she's alright. Hear for yourself. Papa, help! I'm gonna be killed. Boy, second time this girl's been used as a bargaining chip tonight. What do you want? What are your demands? I believe we already made our demand known the other day. So it was you. And have you complied? Has the execution been carried out? I didn't do it because of your demands. I did it because that's my job. Yes, of course. They should be contacting me any minute now with the confirmation. There's no need for this kidnapping. We might have screwed up the execution. We're very thorough. You do well to remember that. And of course it goes without saying we're watching you. If this information leaves that room, you'll never see your daughter again. I trust you understand that. Don't tell the police, is that it? Exactly. All you have to do is your job. All right, I'll do as you say. I'll make sure the execution is carried out tonight. You have my word. And we will be staying here because we already have a clue that the water and the medicine are what we're actually going to be chasing after in this puzzle. So there's no reason to chase down the kidnappers. We'll have plenty of opportunities to do that later. In fact, we're getting the phone number now, which sort of implies we'll be there soon enough. I guess the Moonlit Courtyard is the name of the completely useless area where Jowd got kidnapped in the last chapter. I should say held up by Cabanela. A kidnapping, eh? Once again, I'm not sure I know what the word means. Thanks, Sissel. But apparently it's the cause of the minister's attack. Such a useless man, huh? A useless man caught up in a useless case. Why doesn't he understand that? Anyway, we only have 4 minutes here. I better do something about that medicine. This guy is seriously schizophrenic. Anyway, there's not too much we can do here. As it turns out, he doesn't actually reach anybody on the second phone call, so there isn't a second trace. But we do have to kill some time until he's just about ready to die. So the only things we can get in right now are the medicine bottle, which we can look at, but it does nothing. The documents, which we can't use. The phone, which we can't actually connect to. The water pitcher, and the flag. The flag we can flap, the water pitcher we can examine. Let's go check out the flag right now. It's actually the only object we can manipulate at the moment. So that means it's the only place we should be right now, obviously. And we've got some time to kill because we can't actually do anything until he tries to grab for the water pitcher. Watch the panic dance, which now takes on a much more sinister tone now that we know how this actually ends. He's flipping out. Look at his hair go. Any minute now. I'm having fun. That's a hint from Sissel letting us know what to do. We can get into the medicine bottle, but as it turns out, there's absolutely nothing we can do in time, knowing that we only have 3 seconds and now 2 until his death in terms of the game clock. So when he reaches for the water bottle, we can flat, and it keeps the water bottle on the desk and allows him to drink it. It's apparently full of blood thinner because it saves him temporarily. Also, this is a bit of a trick. Even though this looks like a cutscene, we have to use the water bottle to get into the fan here, the only other object we can manipulate in the desk. As it turns out, this is a requisite for advancing in the puzzle, and in fact, you will get a checkpoint. There, that should help. At least now he's had some water. We do get a fate-averted checkpoint here, but actually if you're not in the fan right that minute, you have to start over again completely from the beginning. Such a wishy-washy man. Huh? He can't make up his mind whether to live or die. That's how he lives his life. Okay. At least now I bought some time to give his medicine to him. Anyway, we get that checkpoint, as I said, and quite a bit more time. And the only thing to do here now is to spin the fan harder, which makes that paper float up, and in a minute, when we get closer to it, we can jump into that, and then float to the other side of the room. Or we can get into the medicine bottle. Here we are. I believe yeah, there we go. Okay, time for the next step. Now, about this medicine bottle. If the minister is going to make a full recovery, I have to deliver this thing to him. But how is a ghost with no hands or feet supposed to do that? I guess I'll have to use my head instead. Well, we don't really have one of those either. Anyway, so there's a bunch of objects that you may have seen when we were entering this room that we have to manipulate. You can go into the sword and swing it, and it sort of gives you a clue that you eventually need to attach something to the end in order to knock the medicine bottle back to the minister so that he can recover fully. So next thing to do is to get into this basket, which we can turn to the side. You can actually knock this melon onto the sword. This is an irreversible action that makes the puzzle unsolvable. Next thing to do is undo this little sword, or at least half of it. Get back down. Move to the other side using this curtain. This puzzle is extremely complicated, and in fact, nearly every action that we take is irreversible. So meaning if you don't take every action in the exact correct order, it's very easy to render the puzzle completely unsolvable and have to start over again. And in fact, it's very difficult in the general sense to get a feel for what you're supposed to do until you've spent a lot of time playing with everything. So we spin this globe, move this little pot onto the floor, and then undo the second half of the sword, creating a little seesaw. Now we roll the globe onto the other side, and things are starting to take shape. And so we move the arm back up. We already turned the fruit basket, so now we can rock it and knock the heavier vase onto the side of the seesaw, knock the globe up on top of the knight's sword, and then swing it to knock the medicine bottle back to the other side of the room. Bam! Check that out. Of course, he doesn't think this is odd at all. Nobody ever seems to notice that there's a poltergeist in the room constantly. He's up there, buddy. Those are nitro pills or something, man. He might have a second problem now. There, the minister finally took his medicine. I think maybe he even took too much medicine. Even though it's red, that doesn't actually have any plot relevance. Such a greedy man. Huh? He's supposed to take 2 capsules with water. Why doesn't he know that? Cut the guy some slack. There, see? Yeah, cut yourself some slack, I guess? He seems to be doing pretty well. I guess an overload of nitro would do that to you. Anyway, we saved his life. Yay, us! That was a lot of work. No kidding. Well, hopefully this taught him a lesson. Huh? He greatly underestimated his dependence on his minister. I hope he learned something from this experience. First, know yourself. That is the key to everything. I think you need to listen to your own advice. Anyway, let's go back to the world of the present. And back we go. So the puzzle seems short, but I promise you it takes most people at least a dozen tries to figure out how to do it. It's not nearly as short as it looks. And so the Justice Minister is now back to life, but the furrows on his brow were even deeper now. And there's Lynn. Oh, this isn't going to make anything easier for him. And apparently Our Lady Detective is the present cause of those furrows. That's great. She actually, in this timeline, she actually showed up when he was still alive. Look, Detective, he was sentenced after a fair trial, and the man himself wants to be executed. But there was no evidence. All they have is his own confession. But it was no ordinary confession. It was the confession of an esteemed detective. Stay back! I told you I don't want anybody coming near me. He was told not to tell the cops by the kidnappers, so Lynn is a cop, despite not being very good at it. Mr. Minister, please listen to me. I might be able to gather new evidence in that case tonight. What? So please, just give me a little more time. This is pretty bad. She already knows about the case. I just got a call from the prison. Your death row convict apparently just escaped. No, he didn't. Well, he tried. Unfortunately, after all this time, it seems he now wants to dodge his punishment. But when he's apprehended, his sentence will be carried out. Tonight. No. Well, it's at least a stay of execution from being killed at 11 p.m. like he was supposed to. But when the sentence was handed down, you were against enforcing the death penalty. That's interesting. So why did you sign the order all of a sudden? Dowd did rot for 10 years in jail. Well, I was simply performing my duty as Justice Minister. That's all there is to it. Trick time. Let's see what we can do. I guess the option is to talk to Lynn. See what Sissel has to say. Lynn looks like she's about to rip into the Justice Minister. I think she's forgotten all about me. I think I'll send her a little signal. Well, let's swing the sword and see what she says. Yep. See, she notices. I guess it matters that she knows we exist. Sissel, there you are. It sounds like the minister is being very stubborn. That's right, he is. Maybe we shouldn't have saved him after all. The minister has to have the execution carried out tonight, and he has a very good reason for it. A good reason? That's right. I told Lynn what I learned about the kidnapping. Kidnapping? They kidnapped the daughter? Apparently. Oh my goodness. Something finally got to her, but still. That's still no reason to hurry forward with the execution. Why don't you go ahead and say this to the minister then? The poor man. I hate to do that to him. Oh, by the way. Do you think you could carry me? Oh, right, sure. Not very handy, is it, having no legs? This is pretty new. The first time someone's voluntarily carried us from place to place. She could, take the globe off the sword, I guess. Trick time. Let's see what we can do. So, we can talk to Lynn. It's the only thing I can reach right now. The sword and globe combo is heavy, and I'm in here too, don't forget. I guess that means a single soul is heavier than the whole world. Maybe I'll use this thing to persuade the minister to change his mind. Oh geez. Good luck with that. This guy's had a rough day already. I'm not sure what she hopes to accomplish that way. Anyway, we've got a lot of dialogue to go to finish this, and we did save the Justice Minister. Let's see what he has to say. What are you going to do with that globe? Crack me on the head with it? Oh, this, pay no attention to this. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. It's kind of hard not to pay attention to it. By the way, and please pardon me if this is a silly question, were you talking to somebody just now? But no, of course not, right? I mean, there's no such thing as ghosts, right? Huh, are you talking about me? That's right, he should be able to hear us now. There's no such thing, this is a dream, it's nothing but a dream. Don't you remember me? My dream is talking to me! Now I'm a dream, huh? Uh-oh, he's about to start doing the panic dance again. Doesn't look so great. Mr. Minister, we know about your daughter. She was kidnapped, wasn't she? And if the execution doesn't take place tonight, you won't see her again. Oh no! Man, he is freaking out. Your medicine! I thought he ate all of it in the last cutscene. Oh, what am I gonna do? The death row prisoner has escaped. If he isn't executed tonight, my daughter... But what if that execution isn't the right thing to do? Jeez. Come on, Lynn. If you keep pressing him like that, he's gonna die again. For the third time. What can I do then? Good time. Anyway, this guy's had a pretty rough night, so, let's, give him the day off, and we'll come back and see what he has to say to us in the next episode tomorrow of Let's Play Ghost Trick. See you then.